Well, I had no idea I was doing this, so this is a bit of a shock.
So tell us about what's on Ender's Game.
Wow, Ender's Game. I was filming that for about 5 months last year in New Orleans. So me and my mum and my sister all had to move out there for a while. So that was a big step for me in my my career. And I mean, the story for Ender's Game has so much of a following that it really meant a lot to me to be able to play that character who so many people love. And you know, it was just so much fun filming it. It was an incredible cast and an incredible crew as well. So I had a great time.
You're not following the typical pattern of a child star. Is this by design, or are you just attracted to all of the diverse roles? And like, how is this stuff happening?
A bit of luck, I guess, and a bit of I'm not really sure, if I'm honest. I'm just as surprised at how this has turned out. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But I'm in school whenever I'm not acting. I'm just any other 16-year-old kid, pretty much. So this is like my other life. Oh, really? Yeah. That was a while back.
What was it like working with Harrison?
Harrison's amazing. I mean, when I first saw him, I was like, oh my God, it's Han Solo. I won't. But he's not in here, is he? All right. Oh. He didn't. I didn't ask him. Yeah. Harrison's amazing. I mean, he is one of the, if not the most well-known faces in sci-fi cinema, and working with him was an honor. I mean, he's an incredible actor, but he's also an amazing person. He's really kind and really generous with his knowledge. Marty is wow. I could go on for a while like this. He's incredible. I mean, not just as a director, but as a person. I went out when I was in New York last week. Me and my mum went out for dinner with him, and it reminded me of how kind and how generous he is with all he knows, and he's so open with his advice, and he's always encouraging me to do film. And he just shares all of his wisdom with us. And working on Hugo was, I think it's probably not the most, but along with Ender's Game and a lot of the other films I've done, it's been life-changing. And Marty's one of the most incredible people I've ever met.
It's a wonderful movie.
Thank you.
And working kids will love it. And working with Gavin Day.
Gavin, yeah, he's, when you talk about how directors differ, it's probably one of the most intense sort of contrasts. Gavin's so enthusiastic and gives so much motivation to the actors. There are a load of kids on the set, extras and cast. And because Gavin, partially because he wrote the screenplay, he knew the characters back to front, and he knew exactly what he wanted. And when there needed some more oomph to the scene, he was there to come on stage, and he gave it all. He gave us more than the actors. He was sweating, he was there. It's inspirational. It really is, not just to me, but the adult actors on set as well. Yeah, well, I read the book. As soon as I heard they were casting, I had read it. But before then, I hadn't heard of the story, no. And, I mean, I think I can speak for the large majority of teenage boys that the character of Ender is just a dream. I mean, leading the human race and fighting in zero gravity with laser guns. What more could you want? I mean, that was the main sort of draw for me to want to play this role. And then when I heard who else they were thinking of casting, it was just like, it blew my mind, really. And I spoke with Gavin a lot of times on Skype about the character, and we shared our thoughts, and it really gave both of us, I think, an insight into how this was going to work. And when I got the role, I was over the moon. Yeah, for all of the actors, he gave us a whole take where we could not exactly do what we wanted, but make it our own almost. And so for me and Chloe as well, it was an opportunity for us to do something different. And occasionally that was even went into the films, and it was really helpful when creating the characters. Superhero. I don't know, I think Batman's pretty cool. Just because it's possible, I guess. Everything else doesn't really happen, but Batman's pretty cool.
What part of Ender's Game do you think fans will be most excited to see?
Fans of the book? I think, I mean, the story stayed almost entirely truthful to the book. Apart from, obviously, they had to age the characters up for obvious reasons, but I think it all depends on what they got out of the book. If they loved the bathroom scenes, then obviously that's going to appeal to them. But if they read the book for the stories and not the stories, the morals behind it and the themes, then that's all still intact in the screenplay. And I think it's a really deep story.
What is it like to be into this franchise? Because there are a lot of what's in these movies. So I'm assuming it's going to go on for a lot of years.
I think it all depends on how well this does, but I guess the next sequel linearly to Ender's Game is Ender's Shadow, but Ender's 30 years old, so unless they want to wait 15 odd years, then I don't know. Maybe, yeah, we'll have to see, I guess.
My last question.
What was it actually like on that set?
Of Ender's Game? Wow. I mean, a lot of it was green screen because of the amount of CGI that was put into it, but it was unlike any set I'd been on before. I mean, Hugo was amazing, it was huge, and it was very classic, but Ender's Game, I mean, you're in a spaceship. It was just incredible, and the amount of detail that went into it was just flawless, and it really helped you as a actor get into the character.